If you've ever finished shadow work feeling shaky, dizzy, or weepy, or like you've just taken on more than you can emotionally chew, you're not alone. When you invite Hekate to help you with your shadow work, you're inviting a very deep chthonic power. And without proper grounding and techniques to help you with the shadow work, it can leave you feeling scattered, it can cause sleeplessness, and just feeling emotionally overwhelmed. So today I'm going to walk you through Hecate's grounding rituals for shadow work so that you can go deep without losing yourself in the process. And stay with me till the end, because I'm going to give you an emergency grounding protocol for those I went too far, too fast moments. My name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. I've been on the witchcraft path now for over 35 years, and I help witches who want to start a witchcraft practice or witches who want to deepen the practice, how to integrate magic and that sense of connection to who you are and to spirit and to the gods and goddesses into your everyday life with ease. And I also work with Hekate and shadow work. Now, shadow work is powerful, but it's not a game. And it's not some dark practice either. It's not about beating yourself up. And it's not about just going over all of the icky stuff that might be within your past and within your personality so that you can somehow become the perfect person. Shadow work is really just about ridding yourself of all of the obstacles, the limiting beliefs, the programs that have kept you stuck. When you go through the shadow work process, it should bring more joy into your life. It should bring more peace of mind into your life and help you become the person you know deep down inside you truly are. You will shift identities from being the limited version of yourself that feels stuck and stifled and maybe is hiding from the world to becoming a confident version of yourself who knows that you can stand in your power and create the life you want to create. Now, when you're working with Hekate, the shadow work can get more focused, especially if you're using it to shift your identity. You're essentially working at the crossroads of your psyche. So grounding becomes non-negotiable. So by the end of this video, you'll have a pre-shadow work grounding ritual, a simple centering practice that you can use during intense moments, a closing and integration ritual to use after you've done the work, and an emergency protocol that you can use if you become too overwhelmed. So let's start with what you do before you open anything. Treat this as a ritual experience. It will help you connect to your subconscious mind more. It will also help ground you more. So if you have a statue of Hekate or a picture of Hekate, then place that on your altar. You can use a red candle or a black candle, a brown candle, any color that is grounding. So black and brown are great because they're grounding colors. Red is the color of the root chakra, so that's a grounding color as well. So I'm going to light the candle. Now you can have a symbol of Hekate as well, such as a key. And the key is a beautiful symbol for shadow work because you're unlocking the door of your psyche so that you can see what's in there, so that you can make the changes you need to make there. So what you're doing in this ritual is creating an anchor to bring you from a state of maybe some anxiety, which you're feeling more up here energetically, and bring that down into your body. So take a grounding stone. It could be some tourmaline, which is associated with Hekate. You can also use a smoky quartz or any of the black crystals or a black stone. Obsidian is a really good stone to work with when you're doing shadow work because obsidian can really take you deeply into the shadow. But if you're just starting out with shadow work, you may not want to use obsidian for that reason. You may just want to start with things that are more on the surface until you get used to working this type of work. Now hold that stone in your dominant hand. Feel the weight of it in your dominant hand. So if you're right-handed, it'll be your right hand. If you're left-handed, it'll be your left hand. Feel the weight of it. Close your eyes and say, I anchor into the earth. I am supported. I am safe. Now feel in to where your body is connecting to the ground beneath you. If you're standing, it'll be your feet. If you're sitting cross-legged on the floor, it will be your backside. And just imagine that you've got tree roots growing from the base of your feet if you're standing or sitting in a chair, or if you're seated on the floor, cross-legged on the floor, there's roots coming from the base of your spine, and they're going down, down, down deep into the earth. And this is to ground you and to anchor you. And you'll feel the weight of the earth beneath you. And then on 4 counts, take in a deep breath, hold for 2 counts, and then breathe out slowly over 6 counts. You want to make sure that your out breath is longer than your in breath, because that will calm your nervous system. And you want to do that for at least 3 times. So that's an in breath for 4 counts, hold for 2 counts, and releasing the breath, breathing out for 6 counts. If you feel that you need to do it more than 3 times, you can do it up to 7 times. And then say, "O Hekate, keeper of the keys, I stand at the threshold. Guide me into what I am ready to see, and keep me grounded in what is real and true." And then feel into your body. You may feel more weighted or heavier because you're grounding down into the earth. You may feel more supported. You may feel more sturdy. And you may feel the energy is more evenly distributed throughout your body. And then begin your shadow work. Now, if you are wanting to do shadow work with Hekate and you want to dip your toes in and find out what it's like to work with Hekate, I do have a free video called Awaken Your Power with Hekate. It gives you 4 steps to establish a relationship with Hekate and shift from that old version of you who's feeling stuck and stifled into the new version of you who is feeling confident and standing in your power. So that's Awaken Your Power with Hekate. You can grab that free video through the link in the description field below this video. Now, when you're doing shadow work, emotions will come. There'll be lots of different feelings: guilt, shame, grief, loss, anger. Those things come up when you're doing shadow work, and that's okay. They're just emotions. They're just chemicals moving through your nervous system. And if you feel you're going to spiral too much into the emotion, then you need to anchor yourself once again. And there's a couple of ways you can do that. One is to place your hand on your heart if you're feeling grief or loss. If you're feeling more feelings of shame or anger, you may feel them in the solar plexus more. Wherever you're feeling the emotion, place your hand there and make physical contact with it. And just hold that place. For example, if it's in the solar plexus, especially if you're doing work on standing in your power and asserting yourself in the world, and just say, "I am here. I am safe. I can slow down." And feel how that changes your body, changes your posture. If something really intense is coming up, or it's a difficult thing to move, like there's a belief that you're not good enough and you've really been struggling with this belief and trying to change it for a long time, place your hand in whatever region of your body you're feeling the feeling of not being good enough, and just say, "I see you. You're not real. You're a belief that's been programmed into me, and you're not real. I see you." And if you're not ready to deal with it or the emotion at this point in time and you want to have a bit of a break, you can just say, "I will come back to this later," and return to your body. Now, the next method that I use if you're feeling intense emotion is tapping. If you're not familiar with emotional freedom technique, I have a tapping channel called Sandra Inman Tapping. I'll have the link in the description field below this video. You can go over to that tapping channel and do a whole lot of tapping to clear limiting beliefs such as, "I'm not good enough, I'm not lovable." So if you find you have these beliefs about yourself, that channel is a great place for you to sit down and do some tapping along with me so that you can shift those emotions. And if you are or curious about how these emotions are actually affecting your witchcraft practice, I now have a Substack called mysterywitchschool.substack.com. You can go over there and read the articles that I have there about all the different limiting beliefs and how they can keep you stuck and stifled in your witchcraft practice. So you can head over to Substack later as well. Now, if you're not familiar with tapping, a way to do a really simple type of tap is just to use the side of the palm of your hand. There are acupressure points on the side of the palm of your hand. And when you tap them lightly with 3 fingers of the other hand, you can start to calm your nervous system down. And so you can say, as you're tapping, I am safe. I am supported. You can even tap on the emotions that you're feeling, this feeling of anger or this feeling of sadness. And just repeat that, this feeling of anger, this feeling of anger, feeling that feeling of anger. And what happens is your nervous system calms down from the tapping and it disconnects you from the emotion. So you end up not feeling the anger so much. You end up releasing the sadness because your nervous system can't be calm and experience those upset emotions at the same time. And if you do have any grief or anything that needs to be released, the tapping will help you release it. So you just tap on the side, the palm of your hand, and just say this feeling of grief, feeling the sadness, feeling the loss, allowing it to run down my body, down through my feet into the ground. And that's how you can use the tapping to help ground you as well and release those emotions into the ground. Now, when you've finished your shadow work session, you want to thank Hekate. So that's the usual giving thanks and gratitude at the end of any ritual. I have some essential oil here that I like to use as an offering. If you want to use milk or water, you can use that as an offering as well. And you just say, I thank you, Hekate, for your presence and blessings. When I give an offering of oils, I usually put it on my hand here on the wrist, and then I rub it together. And it's the scent that I'm offering. Please accept this offering. I thank you for your guidance, and I thank you for what you have shown me today. And then that's your shadow work process. Now, there may come a time when you're doing your shadow work when the emotions do become overwhelming. And that's where you need that emergency protocol. It may be that you can't stop crying. It may be that you're feeling spacey. Your heart may be racing and you can't calm down because you've gone back into an anxiety state again. The important thing to do when this happens is to get back into your body. So get up and go for a walk. Do some more tapping on what you're feeling. I'm feeling spacey right now. This feeling of spaciness. You can also, to calm yourself down, if you're feeling any fear or anxiety, is just gently stroke your arm. That can help calm your nervous system down, as well as tapping. This feeling of fear. This feels really scary right now. And once again, I have a lot of tapping for anxiety on that tapping channel as well. So head on over to Sandriman Tapping to find out how you can tap for anxiety. Other things you can do to bring yourself down in emergencies is to name 5 things that you can see right away. So for example, I can see a light in front of me, I can see a jewelry box, I can see an oil burner, I can see my book of shadows, and I can see my laptop over there. Then name 4 things you can touch. I can touch my essential oil, I can touch my rock here, my tourmaline, I can touch this statue of Hekate, and I can touch the key here. And then 3 things you can hear. I can hear my laptop purring over there. I can hear the sound of my own voice. And I can hear the crows in the distance. That just gets your mind off what you're feeling. And that can really change things for you. And you can do all of that while you're tapping. And that will calm your nervous system down even more. So if you tap on the side of the palm of your hand while you're noting what it is you can see, what you can touch, and what you can hear, your nervous system will calm down quite quickly. Now, something that I teach in the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy is once you've done a ritual, it's good to ground yourself using food or drink. So go grab a drink of water or have something to eat, and that will help you ground the energy as well. And if needed, sometimes you may have to stop shadow work for a couple of days. I've certainly had to do that myself. I have gone through shadow work periods where I've been doing some really intense work. Something has shifted that's been a really big thing. My nervous system has taken a while to adjust, and I've had to leave the shadow work for up to, weeks sometimes because of that. So don't think that you've got to be doing shadow work all the time. Sometimes you do actually need to have a break from it. Now, if you do feel like Hekate is walking with you and you want to do this shadow work with Hekate, as well as get to know Hekate and work with her on a very deep and intimate level, I do invite you to join a journey with Hekate. In this course, you'll build a committed, grounded relationship with Hekate. We go into ritual, we go into shadow work, we go into identity shifting, where you get to step into that version of you know yourself to be, but you've been stopping yourself from being because you have the beliefs and the feelings that I'm not good enough, I can't do it, I'm not allowed to do it, I'll get punished if I do it, God doesn't want me to do it. There's all sorts of reasons that are there that's stopping you from actually being who you truly are. And in that course, you'll go through that emotional transformation that comes with walking beside her in a held and a structured way. So you're not doing this alone and you're not risking burnout, and you're guided step by step to how to do this, how to get the change happening, the techniques to use to help you deal with the shadow issues when they come up. Techniques that actually work. So that's a journey with Hekate. It also comes with another course called Shadow Work with Tarot. So you'll learn how to use the tarot to help you with your shadow work as well. Now, if you're very new to witchcraft and you realize that you need stronger foundations before you do this kind of shadow work, because this is really an intermediate phase of witchcraft, my Mystery Witch School 101 Academy will walk you through the basics of witchcraft, the basics of some shadow work, magic, ritual, so that you can feel confident and safe doing these kinds of practices. You'll find links to both courses in the description field below this video and also on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on the next one. Blessed be.